Guess who's Bazak? What up, man? What up, my brother? How you been, man? How you been?
You see it. You see
Ah,
it.
that hoodie's
We out
tough.
here.
That
We
hoodie's so
about
tough.
to be. We about to be out here. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
man.
You see it. Let's run it, man. We on some. We on some battles. Let's run it, man. I want to
Let's run this.
battle. As Coach
Let's
Hayes
do
would
this.
put on, son. You know what I mean?
Uh, you gonna get this work. You gonna get this work.
Welcome to the You Heard podcast.
I'm hurt, dog.
Ben and Joe break down all things Miami Hurricanes football.
Don't ask me if I'm all right. Hell no.
From hot topics to pre- and post-game analysis.
Joaquin said dominate, and we not doing it.
You heard.
I put my heart in this dog.
Look, man, it's good to be back, man. It's been 13 days since we done one. You already know what it is, man.
Water
Cheers,
it
my
up.
brother.
Water it
put
up.
it up. Put it up.
Ding, ding.
Water, baby. That's right.
Ding,
We
ding.
out here hydrating, man.
Mhm.
Hey, man, it's been 13 days since I've been on, man. Look, shout out and salute to the big homie A Black for holding it down, man, and jumping on.
My
You know what I'm
guy.
saying? Much kudos. Yeah, much kudos to him, man. Before we get into our first topic there that y'all saw brief battles. Look, man, I wanted to give you your flowers, man. A lot of times, you know what I'm saying, like you wait till people are gone to give like that conversation you and A Black had about black fathers was powerful to me, man. Like, because you know what I'm saying, like we all know, you know what I'm saying, the things that people talk about, the stereotypes that people say. I was watching it because I got to watch it before it posted, right? Because you know what I'm saying, I'm doing the editing and all that.
No doubt.
So seeing A Black just light up when he's talking about his kids, man, was such a powerful moment, man. And you called it out, was beautiful, fam. I loved it, man.
Yes, man. Beautiful, beautiful moment, man. And you can't get moments like that back, man. You know what I mean? And you mentioned, a stereotype. Like
Yeah.
we see numbers. Like me and my brother talk about this all the time. We see numbers, this percentage of black fathers are absent, this percentage of brown fathers are absent, you know what I mean? But we all the fathers I know are present. You know what I mean? Super present. You know what I mean? So, it's just a great thing, man. You know what I mean? That being a parent, if you're blessed, to have that going on, that's a blessing. And people, some people take it for granted, but it's a blessing, man, to be a father. You know what I mean? So
Facts. Yeah, man.
yeah.
Like I always say, like I always tell my wife this, man. Like when you like just look at the statistics of people, it's very misleading, right? Because the people aren't in that percentage, right? Like none of the friends I have that have kids are absent fathers.
Facts.
None of them.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Every single one of them are posting pictures with their kids, taking them to Disney World. You know what I'm saying? Brown fathers, black fathers, white fathers, because it's across the board. So when you look at those statistics, yes, like those statistics are there for a reason, but your perception should also be your reality. You know what I'm saying? So like you can't just be like, oh, but 60% or 30, whatever the numbers are for this. Like, nah, man, look at the people in your circle.
What do you see?
Yeah, what do you see? Who impacts your life like on a daily? You know what I'm saying? Like I grew up without a dad. You know what I'm saying? Like well, that's why like that Charlie Clips bar, like my mom's was the real G of my family. That's gangster. Like that's exactly what it is. You know what I mean? Like because that's who she was. Like so yeah, man. That conversation that y'all had, I was like, yeah, man. Like this is why we're a podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like as this podcast grows, you know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna get to know us better. You know what I mean? Our likes and dislikes, also our points of view on the Hurricanes. Yep. Like we're not here for anything else to like for y'all to get to know us and we're fans of the team, man. But want y'all to become, you know what I'm saying, supporters as y'all been for us, man. So we appreciate it, man. So I just wanted to take the time, man, before we get into these next couple topics, man, and just give your flowers on that conversation, man. So salute to you, my brother. I really appreciated it, man. Like I got to see it before anybody else. I was like, yo, this is powerful. Like, this definitely got to go up. I wish I could like rerun it, and I just might one day. That shit was fire.
Definitely.
All right, man. So one of the conversations that we first had before we ever started the podcast was me and you going back and forth on battle. You know what I'm saying? On rap battles. it's a thing I've been
You
watching.
gonna get this work, son.
He gonna get this work. He gonna get this. Like I've been watching battles, son. I go back to like the Snack DVDs. I'm saying like Murder Mook and Loaded Lux. Like was it Loaded? Yeah, Sirius Jones and all that. Like it's like they're just in the hallway or the pool hall.
Yeah.
This battle to me, the one we're gonna talk about, because we'll touch on different battles throughout. You know what I'm saying, as these pods grow. This round specifically was the most spoken word-esque like round that I'd heard until that moment, right? So I'm like, what Loaded Lux? We're talking about the Loaded Lux Calicoe third round. What Loaded Lux did to him, aside from his stumbles and choking throughout the first
round?
Yeah, first round. That Harlem Hospital line was crazy.
Harlem Hospital get the beds.
Something like that. I was like, they are. Research it, like it was the whole thing. And like this round, what he did to him, like he talked to him like a father to a son. You know what I'm saying? Like he stunned him for an entire 9 minutes and 54 seconds, which is how long the was. When you first saw that, and obviously we watched it 1,000 times, what was your first reaction to that battle, to that round?
The round, man. The first reaction was that Calicoe felt that. He felt some type of way about that, because you can tell when people, watching battles over the years, when people start talking through the round and making comments, it's hitting them some type of way. You know what I mean? It's hitting them, and Lux just dove deep into his soul, son. You know what I mean? Like he was talking to that man's soul, and it was real talk. You know what I mean? It was real talk to anybody. You know what I mean? Anybody whose father was in that situation, which was a lot of us. You know what I mean? So it definitely hit. It definitely hit hard, man. You could just tell it hit hard.
So when you hit him with that big meat backup dancer ass, like, and then when like, "What your mom getting the longest ride?" I was like, "Yo, just stop it now. Just stop it. It's enough." He didn't even have to go to like the Instagram thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, we're gonna post the link on our YouTube, man. Just watch it one time, because if you've never watched a battle rap, like I'm a big fan of spoken word. Like he preached to this, man. Like it's unlike, because most battles you see are like gun bars and you know what I'm saying, which room they in. Like he sunned him, yo. Like that's I had it until that moment. I hadn't really seen it before to that level. Like it'll be like a bar here or there, but he's like, "Yo, let me talk to you, man." Like look, like the one of the lines that is just like a comment from Loaded was when he goes, "Look at me, King.
Look at me, King." Yeah.
It was like,
that instantly made him my favorite after that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, like you mentioned, the gun bars and all that is cool, but Lux, there was a few people who didn't do gun bars like that, and he was one of them. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that instantly made him one of my favorites, because his content was different. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear gun bars all the time. Like, it's cool. I don't want to hear it all the time. You know what I mean?
I can only hear so many gun bars. Like for me, like if the first time I heard name a battle rapper, right? Like if they both do gun bars, I was like, oh, you just the same person, but whoever the crowd likes more is gonna be the difference. Yeah. And what's underrated about that third round, man? Like that third round to me is my favorite round. Like, like that I've seen. Like, there's some like what's that? The White Boys had some sick rebuttals. The one that got ate up by Clips that you've posted. A Ward, I think A Ward's has some nice little rounds, but like top to like Clips is my favorite. Like because Clips is funny. You know what I'm saying? He's witty. Like he's you know what I'm saying, decades in the game. But this round, top to bottom, is my favorite round. And then you put it with the fact that he stumbles in his first two. So like we talked about it, it was 2-1, right? Like if you look at it like that, but it was 2-1 with a TKO in that third. To me, because he would like Calicoe was in his feelings, fam. Like, I killed you. Hey man, if you won, you don't have to say it. Like, if you won this, I'm not gonna say I won this. Like, that's not the crowd does that.
Yeah.
So that was crazy, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's that. I heard that battle that round today probably 3 times. I just listening to it, you catch different things that he says, man, and the way he says it. Look at me, King. I was like, damn, okay, man.
It's real. And you see Busta up top going crazy, Diddy up top going crazy. Just you know what I mean? Jay-Z tweeted, let's get this work. You're gonna get this work after that.
You're gonna get this work. Oh, that became a whole shirt, that became a whole brand. You're gonna get this work. Let me work. You're gonna get this work. Oh, all right, man. It's just a little insight on us, man. Let's get back to this Cane talk, man. We got a new guy about to get to work on this on Green Tree already. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? See that little segue right there?
Yeah, we gotta commit, man. We gotta transfer. You know what I mean? We've missed on some. Well, not yet. Not yet. I can't say we've missed. Well, the last date to enroll at Miami is today. So
I thought it was Friday. But it's weird. Like, they could do like exceptions and they could double back. It's crazy.
But Terry Roberts, man, Iowa, he's a senior. He got 1 year left. You know what I mean? So in my opinion, it'll be a nice bridge to the younger guys. You know what I mean? I think he had a pass coverage grade in the 70s, PFF, if y'all cats are into the PFF stuff. I'm not really, but I did get to see a little bit of film. I didn't really get to see a lot. But I think it's a good move. If not only just, for the young cats to learn and sit behind him and learn how to work, because the consensus is that he's a worker. You know what I mean? He works hard. Iowa's defense has always been decent. Their offense is trash, but
always
defense has always been decent, and he did well. You know what I mean? So he's a senior, he's a special teams guy. He could play special teams. So, I don't have a problem with it. It's nothing crazy, spectacular, but I don't have a problem with it.
He's a transfer portal guy, right? Like, there's tiers to this game. You got free agents, Javion Cohen, Matt Lee, free agents. They're gonna come in, be impactful on the line right off top. I like it. I like the move because he comes in 1 year, gives players like Robert Stafford, Damari Brown, the young corners coming in. Antoine Jackson is only 16 years old, enrolled at UM right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, get their bodies up. Like, Jackson is probably 2 years away from, like, really, like, speed and everything is there, but he's only 16. Like, he can't be with these COVID kids that are like in their 30s. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is different, man. So him coming in, just shielding the young guys for a year, I'm good with it. He comes off the books next year. You know what I'm saying? Probably ends up maybe make it to the league, or grad coaching, gets into coaching right away. Who knows, man? Look, man, he commits at a time when Mario told you what it is, man. It's come get your kid season. So the commits coming in, know it's going to be hard. You know what I'm saying? Know it's going to be challenging. He comes in, he's a worker. Maybe he sets the mentality, changes some of the maturity levels in the room and in the building. Can't knock it. But, again, leaves next year. So transfer portal guys to me aren't a cure to everything. You know what I'm saying? They're a Band-Aid. They're a Band-Aid. So, like, people were like, oh, man, we missed on this guy. I was like, I want to miss on a senior. I don't want to miss on a sophomore, because then he's on the books for 2 years, and that can't go to a scholarship kid in Miami-Dade or Cali or Georgia or Texas. So this is a good move to me. So I ain't got no problem with it.
Yeah, you got a lot of you got cats that like the transfers that came in on the O-line, immediate upgrades. You know what I mean? Immediate depth pieces. Like, now, in my opinion, the O-line depth is strong now. Like, the 2 deep can be strong. So let's say you got a 5. Let's just throw a 5 out there. Let's say you got Zion at left tackle. Let's say you got, I don't know, Rivers at left guard. You got Lee at center. You got Inez Cooper at
right guard.
You got Cohen at tackle.
Right tackle.
Then left tackle, you got Sampson or Matt McCoy. Or is his name Matt McCoy? I forgot his first name.
McCoy.
Matthew McCoy.
I think it's Matt. Yeah, it's Matthew.
McCoy, you know what I mean? You got Francis at a guard, either guard, because they all cross-train. Tow Truck
John Dennis.
Center, or you know what I mean, whoever. And you got a 2 deep all over. You got 2 deep,
where the drop off isn't like
it was.
It isn't like it was where it was just Ole.
Yeah.
Where Honest Cooper now got a year in. Honest Cooper serious, man. Honest Cooper
and all them cats, even regardless of how they played last year, they all have a year in and they all have game experience now. Even though they shouldn't have been out there, regardless, they do. They were out there and now they have game experience. So they know what to expect. They know the speed of the game now for real. You know what I mean? So that's good. That's good to be.
That's invaluable, man. That last year, as bad as it was for all of us to watch, that experience that they got was invaluable. Even though they should have been out there, should have been, training or redshirting or getting bigger and practicing, all that stuff. But they were because depth issues. This is what this is. This is what the portal does. Like the portal should be juniors and seniors. If you're rotating the 85. Your juniors and seniors, so they're in 1 year, out the next, and that's it. And then the young guys come up. It should be your foundation should be recruiting 100% or 95% and 5% portal. Just sprinkle it in if you don't have the depth that you want, man. So it's a good move. He's a worker from everything I've read, everything you've heard. You know what I'm saying? He's a worker, so he's in the building. He's ready to work, man.
Yeah. So we had a couple of other transfer portal guys that visited. I think Tashim Johnson, maybe from Ole Miss, safety.
Ole Miss,
Harold from the receiver from Bama.
Yep.
Jaheim Singletary still out there, but all the talk is that Singletary is probably going somewhere else.
Yep.
Harold, we hear is going somewhere else. That's just the word. We don't know. We just saying what we hear. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And apparently Johnson, the safety, is an Oregon lock. He came, for a visit, but apparently it was like a vacation courtesy visit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Which he's a sophomore. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a sophomore. Like with those guys, like I don't feel as bad because like it'd be nice to have him. But if he, let's say if he doesn't work out, for whatever reason, he's on the books for 3 years. That's 3 years that we got a body in that spot where it could have been a kid coming out of Georgia. Like you see what's coming up next year across the country. Miami-Dade and Broward might not be as strong as it was this past year, but you already see the movement. Like we're a national brand, so I prefer to do it the commit way. Some people feel like I'll get these stopgaps in, like. Like look what's his? I know he comes off the books this year, and no disrespect, the D tackle that came from USC. He's on the books for 2 years.
Oh, Liechtenstein.
Yeah, Liechtenstein. You know what I'm saying? Like those kids.
He's gonna be a depth. He's gonna be a depth piece. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he might be better this year. This podcast, I always want to be wrong. Like when I mention somebody he's here for too many years, I want to be wrong. Prove me wrong. It's better for me. My team winning then. Like me talking shit about it has nothing. It affects me less than when my teams win. That's just what it is. Yeah. So they get to work. Yeah, you never know what they're gonna mean, man. Like I'm hoping for Ahmad Moten to take that leap. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like to take that next.
Yeah.
I really want that.
I'm hoping Jared Harrison Hunt come back through and he what he was because he was the guy for a minute. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I don't know what happened, injuries, whatever. But
switch of scheme.
I feel like his
coaching.
talent is there. You know what I mean? He just gotta, get busy.
Yeah, man.
And we gotta remember there's another transfer window, right? After spring, we may have more cats leaving, and we may have more cats coming in. We don't know. So.
Yeah, some more cats are going to have to leave because I think we're like at 82, 83 right now as far as bodies. So more cats have to leave to make room for next year. Because if we're at that now, I think right now next year we only have like 8 or 9 cats leave, like graduating. So that doesn't leave much space for next year's recruitment. You know what I mean? So again, I want 25 to 30 kids to get commitments. I want 25 to 30 in the commitment.
24 class of 2024 kids.
Yeah.
Which I'm hearing, the word is, we supposed to be in the driver's seat for a lot of cats. You know what I mean? And that's good to hear now.
Yeah, it's too early. But,
let's I seriously, of course we don't know what's going to happen next season or whatever. Well, this season we could say, but if we have another 5 and 7, even if we have a 6 and 6, what I mean? What's that going to do? Like, I can't imagine another season similar to this. Not saying this. I don't think this will ever be another season like this. But 6 and 6, 7 and 5, and a couple of bad losses, like we had last season. I can't imagine that buzz stays the same, man. I can't imagine that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we can't have I say like we have like 8 and 4 and we have losses, but we can't have like flat losses where we just don't show up. Or like one play happens and it's like, okay, let's wrap it up, guys. We'll try it again next Saturday. Like we can't have that happen again. Because like that Florida State game, I'm saying, like hell, the Middle Tennessee State game, like you go down the line, like the performances were like I saw that game, I was like, oh, we're gonna lose this game. Like the way the Middle Tennessee State game, the cameras weren't working at the beginning. Remember? I was like, oh, this isn't like I find like weird shit to like, oh, this isn't a good sign. Like we're supposed to have this shit together, Miami. What's going on here? Yeah. So I was like, and then it just came out flat, and it's just we can't have those performances again.
Yeah. Because we had an excuse last season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? First season, not the coaches, players.
Right.
You know what I mean? The injuries. We had built-in excuses. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This year, we can say the Cats is young or whatever, but I don't think it's gonna rob, because even after the 5 and 7 season, we still got a top 10 class. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Number 1 class in the ACC.
Yep.
We ahead of Clemson.
Yep.
So, but
I know. No, I'm with you. Look, man, it's some movement. The performances and the energy has to be different. That's just what it is. And let's hope these young kids gotta see it though, man. Like, look, it's January 25th right now. Like what we talk about right now. Think about 2 weeks ago when we were talking about our starting 5 offensive linemen. Ja'Kai Clark was on there.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's things are moving so fast. So we'll see, man. Now, what's weird about all of this is we're getting next week, right? Next Wednesday is National Signing Day, right? Let's drop
next Wednesday. I think is it Wednesday? The 1st.
I think it's one. Yeah.
What day is the 1st? Wednesday.
Wednesday. Wednesday or Tuesday. Yeah.
Wednesday the 1st.
Well, I used to look forward to this all the time. Now it was like you had to remind me. I was like, oh, it's nice because early signing day took all the light and glitter off of this thing, man. Like I had no idea.
I had to remind myself, son. I'm like, oh, what?
This weekend we got. Yeah, I had no idea. Like we still in you know what I'm saying, we're going in home for Nycholes Harbor, 5-star, tight end, defensive end, however you want to put him. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever you want to play, get him on.
Whatever he want to play, future track star, possibly an Olympian. You know what I'm saying? Like we just wants to do everything. Comes from an incredible family. Yeah. Got was it Jamel
Howard?
Jamel Howard from Chicago. Yeah, 6'3", 330.
Yeah,
which we need.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like there's still names out there, man. Like I like that they didn't just, even if we don't get these guys, right? Because look, Nycholes Harbor is a stretch. You know what I'm saying? He's put out to be like Michigan or Maryland. It jumps around the crystal ball prediction machine. But and with Jamel Howard, it goes Michigan, goes back and forth. He didn't sign early signing day. He could have signed early signing day already. So we already seen. We've been on the other side of that. What happens when somebody doesn't sign on early signing day, right? So, you know what I'm saying? Mom's is like it's again a mom's deciding factor situation.
Yeah.
But that's a sign of me, man. He's still coming here. He's visited everybody else. Final visit is always big. So just to get that body here, hopefully Miles feels comfortable, and I'm saying Mario pulls out the loafers and his charm and his, you know what I'm saying, and bosses it up, and so does the D-line coach, and she stares into Jason Taylor's eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like just all of the above, man, and we get him in because look, we need. I don't know if he's going to be a superstar, but I know right now we need the bodies. We need a young D tackle.
Yeah,
that's just
yeah. You know, hopefully, I this late in the game, you always pull some tricks. You can always pull some tricks out your hat. You know what I mean? You may have a under the radar 3-star that has offers from some mid-level programs or some G5s. And Miami evaluates and damn, we could use him. He's going to be all right in the next couple years. Yeah. And they get that late offer, you know what I mean, and commit on the spot. There's always some surprises, so we may see some of that. We may see some surprises, you know what I mean. But I think with the second transfer portal window, you're not in a rush, or you don't have to take somebody you really don't need to take. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts.
You're gonna have more people transferring out, and you're gonna have another window. So,
I just like that they're still fighting. You know what I mean? Like, if you let our fan base talk, you know what I'm saying? We should have folded up after Cromartie didn't come. Like, no, man, that's just this is business as usual. Cool.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. We keep moving. Like I'm trying to change the program. Like I'm trying to change one player. Like this.
And if you don't notice, the relationships are always kept, just in case. Everybody transfers.
Everybody.
I mean? The relationship is always kept. I have a feel. No, I'm not gonna say that. Relationship is always kept. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, we can always welcome you back home.
Yeah. That whole thing, that whole mentality where like, oh, he didn't sign with us. No.
F him. You know what I mean?
This isn't your
with us. Nah.
Yeah, this ain't your grandfather's college football anymore.
Nah.
This isn't 3 in like a cloud of dust and we figure it out. No, man. Like you could transfer. Like that second transfer ain't gonna happen. Like everybody's always in play. And to the other side of that, all our guys are in play next year. So we have to make all our top 5 class, top 10 class happy and make sure they stay, because Samson could get Trent, you know what I'm saying? Like all these like let's keep it up. Let's keep it all the way up. But like we have to re-recruit. Until they graduate and walk across that stage. Yeah.
Until they change them NIL rules, and because cats is, putting their name in the portal looking for
a bag.
Until they change that, it's gonna happen still.
All the time, man. So don't take any of this shit personal, man. Like again, like what these young men, what these professional athletes also, like, it's weird, right? Because they're getting paid. You kind of have to look at them in all these different kind of ways. Like what these have nothing to do with you, man. Like they don't come on National Signing Day. They could look at the Jaden Rashada shit. He signed and then he got out of it. So nothing like don't take any, this is all the business, trying to get the top level talent you can for your program when you can, however long they stay.
Yep.
That's just what it is, man. So man, that's crazy. It's such a different game than it was a year ago. Right? Because a year ago NIL wasn't even to this level to where it's at now. You got dudes like like you know what I'm saying, like insufficient funds on their NILs, and now it's just different now, man. It's wild.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's get into this. This one's frustrating for me, man. I ain't even gonna front. Fam, what like I had like we talk about, we say our like give y'all a little inside baseball, as they say. We every day when we do the pod, we text each other topics that we think we should talk about, and we chop it up. but we never talk about the topics, right? We're like, oh, this, and this, and we'll talk about it on the show. I go back and forth with this topic because literally back and forth. I was like, Mario's got to take his time. He's trying to find the right guy. But then when is he leaving? You know what I mean? Like, because every day is like, oh, it's going to happen now. You hear from different people, it's going to happen now. It'll happen this week. It'll happen this week. It'll happen this week. And then nothing. So, like, you get caught up where I'm just like, you know what, man? Until I see an official graphic that he's somewhere else, I don't care about it anymore. I could just hope. You know what I'm saying? But it gets tiring, man. Like, you see, like, Barry Jackson tweeting out that, you know what I'm saying, like everything we've already heard, like they don't want to give him the back, they don't want to pay him his buyout, he's trying to get another job. But how, like, I'm gonna ask you, it's gotta be hard as shit for him to get another job when he got 10 quarters and no touchdowns, right?
I don't think so. I think for him, he's not in a rush. You know what I mean? Why would I rush to get something different? You know what I mean? I'm trying to get in a good predicament. You know what I mean? Right. He may go to the league. I'm reading something about I guess Bill O'Brien is going back to the Patriots as the offensive coordinator.
Yep.
Apparently he may take somebody at Michigan who's an O-line coach, who may bring Gaddis or something like that. You know what I mean? It's different things that happen in the coaching world. You know, dominoes got to fall a certain way, blase. You know what I mean? So, you know, who knows? You know what I mean? Or Bill O'Brien may take the OC at Michigan and bring him over to coach, you know, and that may leave the OC, may go back to, you know, it's a lot of stuff. Or the OC, somebody at Iowa, I think it was somebody at Iowa, matter of fact, my bad.
Yeah.
And Gaddis may be the OC at Iowa, you know. It's so many things, you know what I mean? But like you said, we ain't got no control over it, you know what I mean? Mario, Coach Cristobal definitely don't care about what we thinking. You know what I mean?
He don't care about this podcast at all.
You know what I mean? He got his own timeline. He know what he want to do. So, you know, we just gotta. What I do really think is that he's gone regardless. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Whether it be stripped of OC duties if he stayed, you know what I mean, or gone, I think he's definitely not going to be the OC. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. You know think like offensive analyst or something like that. Like a pattern off field.
He's not going to be calling plays for the University of Miami next year.
No, he ain't gonna. No, there's no way. Like that. Like people. I want to say people. I mean, like us as fans. Like we want to get so mad because he's not doing things on our timeline, right? And look, and I'm guilty of it. And it's not my timeline exactly. It was like I just want to see. I want to see something that you notice how hurt we were about last year. Like last year hurt, dog. Like it was embarrassing to watch a lot, like too often. When I was like, there's no reason why we should look this inept on offense. Like, there's no reason. Like, this is a top 15 team. I'm saying top 2 or 3 in Clemson and the ACC. There's no reason we should look like we can't run a slant. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't hold up for a second and a half. Like, we can't do nothing. Like, we can't do nothing, fam. Like, you can't let that stand. And if you do, like, you're gonna lose fans, right? Like, people are gonna people have turned on him already, on Mario. And like, there's no Gaddis defenders really. You know what I'm saying? Anybody with common sense with that. They're just defending him to be a contrarian. But Mario doesn't care, man. Like, Mario, we got to remember, man, Mario was thrown out, was fired disrespectfully by FIU. You know what I'm saying? Because he got into it with the president. So he takes this shit personal. Like, he's not a person who likes to fire somebody, regardless of how we feel about it. He likes job placement. And I respect him for that. It's as uncomfortable and as hopeful I want to be for next year, talking about a new OC, a new offense. And look, man, selfishly, it gives us content, right? Because then we could start speculating, like, yo, man, like, he ran, Jason Candle just signed an extension, but he could come here and run this. Or the guy that he had at Oregon, you know what I'm saying, that's now at so-and-so university can come here and run this. Yeah, Arroyo, you know what I'm saying, come here and do this. Or You never know who he's gonna get from the league that wants to instill their own. Like, I'll do that whole thing. Like, that can make such great content. But Mario's like, fuck your content. Like, I'm trying to build a program. Like, it has nothing to do with you. Like, record all the podcasts you want, and like, I don't care about. I'm trying to do this. And another thing people forget, man, Miami's building an incredibly expansive and expensive building. You know what I'm saying? Completely, like, they are still a private university regardless of the money they have. Yeah. So paying Gaddis 6, 8, 10, 12 million, whatever the buyout is, because it's not public knowledge, and I don't know if anybody knows. I don't know if you know.
A couple million. I don't think it was crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but those mills can go to a podcast studio that the players want to do to build their brand for NIL. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, those millions can be renovating a complete locker room. You know what I'm saying? So that they don't have to pay Gaddis. Like, this shit right here, man, is chess, not checkers, man. So, like, we have to be patient, but as a content creator, again, selfishly, it'd be nice to be like, yo, man, now we got at least 6 episodes to break down these different OCs, because just as slowly as he moves on letting go of Gaddis, he's gonna be just as slow vetting out, because he can't fuck this one up.
Yeah,
right. He fucks the second one up. Like, it's hard to get us all back.
Yeah, and it's always been. I mean, I'm gonna say this to the cows come home. He's only as good as his coordinators, man. You know what I mean? Right. You can't, and that's pretty much anybody. You know what I mean? Yep. You have your exceptions. You know, your coaches who call their own offense. You know what I mean? Yep. Your
Lincoln Riley's.
You know what I mean? Lincoln Riley. You know what I mean? They call their own. You know, so they have a system. Mario's not a coordinator. He coaches the O-line. He's an O-line guy, and that, in my opinion, should be the best unit on the field. Yep. He's an O-line guy, and he's making it to where that's the best unit on the field.
Yeah, we'll see how he recruits that. Yeah,
facts. But he has to hit a home run with these coordinator hires, man. You know what I mean? Yep. So,
that coordinator hire, that OC has to be a QB coach. Need a wide receiver coach. I need an experienced wide receiver coach, because
a lot of James Coley smoke on that. You know what I mean? A lot.
Yeah, which I'm with that. I'm cool with it 100%, man. So there's a lot of smoke, man. Like,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I told you, I think we talked about it. Right? Like, you need somebody like, oh, you're gonna recruit him? Let me show you what I'm about to go do. Yeah, we need somebody. You know what I'm saying? Some people like, and I think DVD got that in them. You know what I'm saying? I think like we got some older coordinators and stuff like that. I think Jamel Howard doesn't get as much credit because he ain't gone nowhere. You know what I'm saying? He's still here. I don't hear nothing about him moving on. But again, things change from day to day, man. You never know who comes with a bag to the league, because that's what everybody. Fam, you remember Thomas Brown that we had down here as an OC?
Interviewing for fucking coaching job, head coaching job.
Yeah, head coaching jobs in the league, man. Hopefully it ain't the Texans, because I'm tired of them doing that shit to coaches, man. Like, they just pick up a black coach and fire him in a year. So I ain't with that shit, because that feels like a death job, man. That's a death warrant job. That's wild.
Yeah,
but yeah, man. Like, just gotta be patient, man. Like, look, we ain't never gonna like give you, like, try to act like we giving you information, man. Like, we're a podcast, man. Like, we just keep it a buck with you. Like, we reacting to the same shit y'all seeing. We get the information from the same people y'all get it from.
No inside information, man.
None.
You know what I mean?
Ain't none of that here, man.
We may hear something before you hear it. We may, because we just got our ears to the streets like that. You know what I mean? Yep. But, ain't no inside information here.
Yeah, man. And if you see it tomorrow, if Gad is gone, like, you'll see us jump on and do a live, just to do a live reaction, man.
I'll be looking while we on here, man.
Yeah, I'll be refreshing the fuck out my Twitter, yo. Like, I got Gaddis notifications on alert, man. Yeah. Look, man, like, we're a podcast. We're not YouTubers. We're not any of that, man. Like, this, we try to bring in the content as fans, because we going through the same shit y'all going through. So y'all listen to us, man, and we appreciate it, man. And it's been love, man. I appreciate it, but as I'm saying that, I'm like, man, I hope Joe just comes in like, yo, man, he's gone.
Nah,
like, I wanted you to like come me up like, he's out.
Nope.
But that's just what it is, man.
It'll happen. And I think, like we said, signing day is next Wednesday. Mario is recruiting till the end of signing day, son.
Yeah. Son, if he pulls Nycholes Harbor, that would be wild. To pull him out of Oregon's grasp, yo, like to me, because that's the biggest.
I did hear that we've moved up considerably. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I did hear
we're
that
going in considerably. It's not like his family welcomed us into his home. You know what I mean? Like that's big. Like you to go in home out. You don't want just anybody in your house. You know what I'm saying? Like yo, like you know what I'm saying? We could meet at a Denny's or some shit. You know what I mean? Like we could meet at a steakhouse. Like to go in my house, like that's big, man. That's not to be short sold or you know what I'm saying? Like just looked upon like, oh, but he didn't come visit us. So he has to get to know the coaches. Yeah. Like the coaches are what matter. Like you've been to Miami. He comes from a family that travels. Like that's you know what I'm saying. I think both his parents are doctors. You know what I'm saying? Like both his parents were like major Division I athletes. So so he knows what it is, man. So that's literally in his genes. So wherever he goes, man, the dude's gonna be. We'll probably see him in a couple of years, man, running in the Olympics or some wild shit.
Yeah.
So it's crazy, man. DK Metcalf type, man. That dude just a grown ass man, dog. Like Nycholes Harbor was like, damn, this kid's 18. Like, how's that possible?
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Mario's gonna recruit his ass off. We ain't never seen nothing like it. But like you said, man, it's gonna be really hard if this is another 5-7, 6-6 flat season, no energy, no, you know what I'm saying? And it takes Cam Kitchens at the end of the year to give another speech. You know what I'm saying? Like that struggle can't like if we have a bad game, which will happen, right? Your young team and all that shit. It can't be to the like I want to see that speech that game. Like, yo, man, this will not happen again. You know what I mean? Like I can't
imagine it being like that again, man. Even just looking along the defense, you know what I mean? The secondary, the linebackers, I feel like all have upgraded. The D line, I'm still a little bit concerned with the depth, but I think we'll be all right there. I really don't. Pass rusher, you know what I mean? I really need to see a pass rusher emerge. You know what I mean? We got Mesidor, and people forgetting that Jafar is back. You know what I mean? Harvey back.
So he did go to the league, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's back.
Yeah, he's staying. He's staying.
He can emerge. You know what I mean? He had flashes last year. You know what I mean?
I mean, he had flashes 2 years ago. Yeah. Just need to see it a little bit more consistent. Again, like Shody, like you didn't go to the league, Jafar. You stayed. You trying to show these young men and trying to be a part of the change. That's another thing that has to be talked about. Like he could have transferred out, just like everybody else. They gone somewhere else and played a lower division, lower leagues, and you know what I'm saying, gone to a group of 5 and balled out and got his stock up. He decided to stay. Yep. He knows how hard. He already knows how hard it's going to be. So, that's a culture. Yeah, that's a culture change within itself, man. So, like him leading, like you got Nigel Leak, you know what I'm saying, like a year old. Yeah,
you got Ishmael, Jabari Ishmael. Yeah. You know what I mean? Who's there? We have
Jaden Wayne.
Jaden Wayne coming through. He coming through. Yeah.
Collins, you know what I'm saying? Like the depth is there. Just look like the days of having one guy play all the snaps are gone. What we need to have is when 1 through 4, 1 through 3, there isn't a drop off in performance so drastic that you go, oh shit, man, we need 56 back on there, or we need Najee back on the field. Like it has to be consistent where everybody's pressuring the ball. That's the level of talent. That's when you have depth. That's when you're a championship program. I mean, you saw Georgia putting out their freshmen and they were balling.
And it helps when you can handle business against lesser tier teams. You know what I mean? When we playing a Middle Tennessee State, the score is supposed to be 35-7 at half in the third quarter going into the fourth, and you're supposed to be able to play your young guys. You know what I mean? They're supposed to be able to get some burn at that point. You know what I mean? So, it helps when you can do that.
That's the way it's supposed to be, and it's not. And for too long, it hasn't been, and we need to get back to that. So yeah, those young guys get that fourth quarter experience, get the speed of play and all that. But it shouldn't be dependent on those guys throughout the thing to make every play. I mean, that just shows where we're at, and it's a process. Still, it's going to be frustrating, but it can't be a lack of response every time anymore. Like that can't continue, and that you know what I mean. Like that comes from the coaches too, though. Like it can't just be like, I guess this is just another Saturday then. Like that has to change too. So yeah, man. Yeah. I got nothing else, fam. You got something else for the people?
Oh no, man. No, we appreciate you, man. Please, you know what to do. We had a question. Did we have a question? Did you get it?
Yeah. Ooh,
we had a question, man.
Yeah, man. Fam went. You're right.
Fam, we gotta hit y'all. We gotta let y'all know, man. While we waiting for that question to pop up, you know what I mean, or him, Ben to let us know the question, man. Please, we appreciate you. Hit the subscribe button, man. Please hit the like, comment, good or bad. We don't care. You know what I mean? Nope. Please comment, hit the notification bell so you can know when we posting, man. And again, we trying to get to 1,000 subs by first game, which I believe is September 2nd or 3rd.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I kind of I ain't even talked to my partner about it, but we gonna send a special something to two random random fans out there, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, we working on, offline, there's like y'all see the content, we drop 2 episodes, but me and Joe, man, we talk every day. And we're coming up with some secret things. As a matter of fact, you brought it up. I got a good idea. I wanna run by you when we get off this show, man. We coming up with some different ideas, man. We got some merch in the works, man, and trying to make some things happen, man. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to take on all lanes in a respectful and competitive way, man. You know what I'm saying? We believe our content, man, and that's just, that's just what it is. Yo, man, all right, I got the question pulled up. Okay. So shout out to the big homie, man. Panhandle Cane, man, serving the country overseas. Always take the time to listen to the show, man. Comment, hit us up on Twitter, man. If y'all don't know, man, at You Heard Pod for the podcast, at Ben Kane 84 for myself, and at Joe Skilliams for the big brother Joe, man. Son, this question I read it twice. I was like, damn, he shooting shots. Like this shit feel personal. He goes, yo, what's good, fam? What's the over/under of games next season that Kane's Twitter will want a new OC/DC? I say they start tripping during the Texas A&M game. And I say this without Gaddis in 23. Ooh. Over/under of games next season that Kane's Twitter will want a new OC and DC.
So fam, if we don't score any points in 10 quarters, what I mean, guarantee, we gonna pop off. You know what I mean? Now, if we're looking, looking decent, we out here scoring, but still, a little, we scoring, we moving the ball, because don't forget, we moved the ball in between the 20s. You know what I mean? For the most part.
We were amazing between the 20s.
You know what I mean?
Best offense you ever seen in your life between the 20s.
Yeah, we just couldn't capitalize, so
ever,
yeah, fans will fan, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But there, for me and I know a lot of us, we look at certain things. There's more to it than just scoring and things. Yep. You got to look at context. You got to look at injury. You have to look at this. Yep. You have to look at injury. You have to look at a lot of things. So we'll be able to tell if the offense looks serviceable. You know what I mean? We'll be able to tell.
Yeah. He said by Texas A&M. Texas A&M is game
third game again?
Second or third game. I think it's the third game in Miami, which we're gonna talk offline, which schedule dependent. We will very likely be at that game. Like that's a very high likelihood record. Putting that on wax, as us old heads used to say.
Oh yeah.
I'm putting that on that we're gonna be at that one. So schedule drops the 30th to get the We're gonna have a whole breakdown of that.
But I think the out of conference schedule is already out.
Yeah, but it's not a tough one. Like it's like nobody, Texas A&M. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think it's anybody big. So besides A&M,
Miami of Ohio.
Okay.
Opener. Then Texas A&M is next.
Also, it's game 2.
Yeah, and then Bethune. And then for
I don't
some
even
reason,
we're at Temple. Into.
For some reason, we're in Philly at Temple for some odd reason, son.
So that takes me back to the Big East days. I mean that shit.
No, what?
That makes no sense. I hate when we do that.
I'm probably gonna go to that.
I mean, there's a good chance like that. I might, even though I hate flying, but road games will be happening with the You Heard podcast this year, man.
Oh yeah, I'll drive up to. I got family in Philly, so.
So yeah, man. So if he's saying if bad performances happen, I say I wouldn't put it. I say the Texas A&M like halftime, you'll see people, but
flying banners, son.
Yeah, Kane's Twitter is so weird because it's what I say all the time, right? Like people's expectations of what they should be looking like is very, you know what I'm saying? Like is what they're gonna be reacting to, not the reality of how they should be looking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is a problem with like the slowdown with the new no OC, or if it is like that offense has to be installed. Like I don't want that to be a week before like spring practice starts and they're like shaking. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my only issue with the timeline and like taking your time. Like that you have to get to know him. You know what I'm saying? Get to know actually 2 new coaches, right? Because you're gonna have the QB is gonna be the OC coach, and then wide receiver coach. You got to get to know all your players and all the young boys. So those are positions that have to be filled, preferably not a week before spring practice.
Preferably this week, next week. No later than next week, man. No later than the first couple weeks in February. Like we need to know
man. Like we need to know what's happening, man. We get to know the personality, see if it'll work. You know what I'm saying? Like start doing background research into all these cats and all, see what kind of offenses they run. That's when you're going to see this podcast go on hyperdrive, because then we're going to do film study and tell you what to expect, you know what I'm saying? Like, and talk about it that way through our different perspectives. You know what I'm saying? Like Joe played, you know what I'm saying? Me as a fan, like, I would like this player in this scheme running this. And you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But yeah, I wouldn't put it past them. You know what I'm saying? Texas A&M game halftime when we're like, let's say it's like 17-7. Like this is how crazy fans are though. Like we could be up 17 and be like, oh, we should be up 38-3 if we wouldn't have missed those three plays and had Will Mallory open down the seam or someone. I know he in the league, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just, or we had a Royal running down the seam, and we got to start playing so much more, and this guy more and that guy more. Like like leave those motherfuckers alone. Like you ain't never gonna make them happy. That's impossible. But yeah, I could see. I'll rock with you on that one, Panhandle Cane, man. I say Texas A&M like halftime. You can start seeing some people talking about Mario ain't it. He needs to be fired. We don't know what he don't know what he doing. It's easily, because there's people that are just ready to say that, man.
That's facts. Yep, that's facts.
Yeah, man. Again, man. Send us your questions on Twitter. Hit us up on. You know what I'm saying? That's basically it. You already know the handles.
You know what I mean? Yeah, the comment on YouTube. You can ask questions on there as well, So
yeah, man, we out here, man. We ain't shying away from nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? We are podcasting and we keep it a buck here, man. All right, guys, we got nothing else, man. You already know what it is, man. We out, baby. Throw them U's up. Always in it. All right, guys. Peace.